My name is Jessica Tankersley, and I'm an undergrad student at the University of Oklahoma. I'm studying media art, and I'm 2 years into the media art undergrad program. And really this is kind of my first experience making art. Before I came back to school, I was a full-time employee at a energy consulting firm. So making art is like a new and exciting experience for me, but I think it's what I should have been doing all along.
When we showed up at her studio, it was filled with all this very high-tech gadgetry and flat screen televisions and monitors, but then all of this robotic stuff and these wires. And then we got into conversation with her, and she's talking about running all of these, ordering these special boards from overseas that can handle all of this. I mean, it was just totally like want to me, a lot of the technical aspects, but it kind of just blew my mind for the first time to hear an artist in front of me melding the world of mechanics and electronics with this great social narrative.
I'm creating a mechanical sculpture called Twitter Heart, and it's a series of 12 frames, and each frame has a set of ribbons opening and closing via some servo motors. So this movement is kind of relates to the same movement that takes place inside of your heart, your organ. The valves are opening and closing, so my sculpture is an abstract representation of a human heart. The sculpture has a microprocessor connected to it that is communicating wirelessly with my computer. On my computer is a set of code that is searching Twitter for the word heart. As long as the search comes up with the word heart, the sculpture keeps moving, or it keeps pulsating, just like a heart would. If the search doesn't return any results, the sculpture ceases to move. So there's a relationship between my sculpture moving and a search that's taking place on a computer in a gallery. The computer and the sculpture are communicating wirelessly to make it all happen.
I was particularly fascinated by sort of her experience that led her to this concept, which was abstaining from the use of social media and the effect that that had on her. And while that doesn't necessarily carry over literally into her piece, it is still relevant, because Twitter Heart is about how we're all connected through these social networks. And this is a physical, three-dimensional representation of that, and the idea that this medium is alive and it's pulsing and we're all participating in it. And to see that in three-dimensional form is quite fascinating.
The sculpture itself will be suspended in a gallery setting with hopefully some legroom for people to kind of walk around the sculpture. And it'll be suspended probably about 5.5 feet in the air, so it'll be like average eye level. And people will be able to kind of look, down through the center of it, get a sense of the movement and the motion. Working with the curators has been a lot of fun, and it's also been really challenging in a good way. They bring to the table a lot of questions and insights and concerns about the project, and in that way, it challenges me to think about the project differently, and it's really helpful in developing the project to its fullest potential. Without their feedback, I'd be kind of left to my own devices, but their critical eye and their critiques lend to, I think, what will be hopefully in the end a really well-rounded, clear and precise sculpture.